Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith and this is part number 10 of Sword Sorcery. And there's one thing I want to just mention really quick from the last video, and that is these tokens right here. They were set on 1, so they look like this at the end of the last playthrough. They should be 2, so we're flipping those over to ensure that they are correct based on the quest that I had gone ahead and read and mistakenly put on 1. So they'll be a little tougher to run through, and there can be some fire damage that can happen as we go through that, so that's not good. In the last video, we ended with Samira doing her main action back as a recall from the difficult terrain area over there all the way back to the shrine so she can resurrect. So her turn is essentially very, very quick and easy. So I went ahead and flipped her bookmark over. All heroes are now done their turns, and of course there's no enemy activation because there's no enemies on the board. So we're moving to the event phase, which means we're going to go ahead and take the topmost card on the event deck and just discard it, which is the one that we added for the story event, which was kind of like giving us an extra round or turn, essentially, essentially an extra round in the game, which is good. My plan going into the next round actually is going to be, so we're kind of right back to the Divine Gift one right now. So the one thing that's going to happen that's going to be very, very interesting is going to be, and again, just when I go ahead and discard that card, you don't get to reactivate this one again. We already had this happen, so it's already been done. We don't get the bonus of having it again. So going into this, I really want to split the party up really quick and have them run over to this area right here and have someone search this pile of rubble and then have someone go up to the waypoint up here is really the goal. And then we're going to head straight towards the cathedral and see what we can find in here. The last story event's right there, so we'll see how that pans out. All right, so let's go ahead and begin our first round. So we're going to go head over to the time phase, do our effects cleanup and powers refresh. We're going to take a look at the fact that Skell has a poison and a slow. And if I'm not mistaken, the poison says, in the time phase, suffer wounds equal to the poison effect. Perform a save attempting to remove the condition. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the it's 1 damage. So we're going to take 1 heart hit for it, which is bad because we're poisoned. And now we're going to roll a save, which is rolling this shield to try to see if we can actually get rid of the poison. So hopefully the poison has coursed through our veins long enough. It has not, so it's still stuck on us. That's not good. Do I have anything that can potentially re-roll? No. Okay, so that's not good. Next up is the slow. The slow is discarded at the end of the next hero turn, so he's still going to be slow and he's still going to be poisoned for the remainder of this round going forward. Other things to do in the time phase are going to be things like powers refresh and all that stuff, but everything's up and ready to go for all of our powers, so there's no issues there. Soul enhancements, resurrections. So we're going to talk about Samira. We need to spend 1 soul gem in order to resurrect her, so we're doing that, bringing her back to life. And of course, we also don't want to forget about getting all our bookmarks active for this coming round, so we'll go ahead and flip all those. We're also going to get the figure for Samira, the correct one, in play. She's no longer a ghost and she's at the shrine. Okay, and now we're ready to activate our first hero. So the first one is going to be Samira. I'm going to move her now because there are no enemies on the board, so it's a safe time to get her going. So we're going to go ahead and do her movement of 3, which she can do. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to use an extra action to dash, so she'll get to here. So it's going to take her 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to take her a couple rounds to get here, but she'll get here eventually, I hope. Okay, so that's kind of the downside of dying when I did with her. So that's her turn, and we can go ahead and flip her bookmark over. Pretty quick and easy, no enemy phase whatsoever. Now we can move into what our Skell and Onamor are going to do. So I'm going to have Onamor actually head to... what should we do here? Let's have... He's the one that can carry stuff more so than Skell. So then the question would be, do I want to... I feel like Onamor needs to go to both of these things. Maybe I'm going to send Skell to the waypoint and Onamor to the item. So I'll activate Onamor first. He's going to do his movement of 1. And this is a difficult terrain area, so that's going to be 2 to get into it. So that's his movement fully used. And then we're going to go ahead and use one of his regular actions to do a search. It says, if not engaged, which he isn't, flip the search area token and roll a red die and remove the token from the map. So we're going to roll this thing over, and we've got ourselves these symbols. So if we get a bolt, we end up getting to go into the kind of a loot bag, essentially. And if we go and get a star, we get to get a treasure card. So that's cool. Here's hoping one of those things happen. We're rolling a red dice. And I'm assuming if we roll neither of those, then we fail at life. I ended up getting a star, so that's a good sign. So that means we're going to get to pull a treasure. That's awesome. This token is now discarded, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a treasure off the top. What did I find here? What is this? This is a something that won't focus. That's what it is. It is a blue relic that's consumable. You roll a blue die, and you either lose a soul rank or you gain a soul rank. What the heck? That's kind of crazy. And you have to use an action to do it. Crazy. Okay, well, I'll put that in my back pocket. It's something that, I mean, could be useful at some point. Might be good to do when we don't have many gems left. That's probably the right time to use that. Because then if I lose a soul... Oh, sorry, lose a soul rank, not a soul gem. Or you gain a soul rank. That could be incredible. If I use that rate... Oh, I'm doing that now. I'm not waiting. So let's do that right now. Let's go ahead and roll our blue dice. If I go ahead and roll this and I end up getting a star, I'm going to end up ranking up on him right away. That's incredible. Now, the other thing, too, to think about is who's the right person to do this on. It actually probably is him because he's one of the weaker characters. Samira's weak and she's too far away. So Anamor is a perfect character to do this on. So let's make our Necromancer a little bit more strong. So we're going to go ahead and roll a blue die. It does cost an action, so wait a minute. I might not have that. I do not, because I used an action to search, so I don't have the ability to use this just yet. I'll have to wait until the next turn. So that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Do I have anything else I can do with him? I could combat. I can't really do anything else. I've actually used him fully, so now I'm going to flip him over. So he's done his turn. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Skell activate. And Skell is slowed. So what does slowed do? I think it says, when slowed, a hero can only perform free action activities and only one movement, or one combat, or one action activity. Discard the slow token at the end. So basically, this is the only turn he's going to be a little bit slower, which means I can do a free activity with him, and I can do one movement. So I'm going to move him into this main square area here, but he's not going to be able to make it to the waypoint because he's slow. But I can use my free action. I can use a free action now to do something else, and I can do things like drop an item. So I can get rid of something essentially that I don't want. So the question would be, is there any real reason to do that? Not really. Let's see. Oh, I could use a free action to rearrange. Can I rearrange things? Or maybe I should change the way I did this. So while slowed, a hero can only perform free actions and only one movement, or you know what, I'm just going to do the one action activity instead. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swap out the Guardian for the other weapon. So I want to get my better sword in my hand for just in case we end up running into a situation where I need him to have the better of the two weapons he's got. So that's a pretty wise decision. And that's essentially it. That's all he can really do. So his turn is now done. That was pretty fast. So now we're going to go ahead and move over to the event phase. Again, because there's no enemies in play, it's pretty straightforward. So this event card here is now going to be discarded, and that's it. We still have, oh wow, we only have 2 event cards left. Oh no. Maybe I need to book it. Maybe I shouldn't bother going for that waypoint. I think I just need to go right through. I don't have the time to waste anymore. That essentially means I have 4 rounds to get through here. I think I'm going to need all those rounds. So I don't think I can waste any more time. I've got to head this way. So, okay, that's not good. What do we do now? We are going to go ahead and move to the time phase. So in the time phase, we got to deal with the poison here. So again, that means Skell is getting hit for another poison damage. We're rolling to hope to get rid of that poison. So we're going to perform a save now and hope to get a shield, please. No, it was there. But the good thing is it's cocked. It's not on either one. So that's, well, actually, no, it wasn't. It was halfway. I'm rolling that again. That was sitting right in between both. What the heck? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Again, half. I want to find one that actually lands flat. There we go. Thank you. Okay. It has to land flat with these ones, otherwise it doesn't count to me. Because there's too many times where with these ones we'll get caught up on an edge and it's literally sitting halfway and there's no way to distinguish which of the two it's on. So we actually ended up being able to get rid of the poison. So that's a good thing. I had to roll that like 3 times to finally get a clean one. And then the slow action is going to come off of him because it's the end of his next hero turn. So both those conditions are gone. So that's good news finally. And then we're going to go ahead, of course, and get all of our bookmarks back active again. So then we can go ahead and start moving a little further. Now this is where things are going to get a little painful, because if I start moving through here, I get fire. Now what does fire do? When a character suffers a Fire 2 effect, he must place one fire token of the matching side on his card. Even if a fire token is already present. During the time phase, each fire token deals 1 HP to the character. Then fire are removed. Flip. Oh my gosh. So basically, it's a slow burn of pain. So it's a good idea for probably Onamor to take one, because he can... I'm going to be hoping to level him up. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I don't really... I mean, you might think that I might want to level up Skell, but I kind of want to level up Onamor first, actually, because I think he's got the ability to heal himself, and that's why I think it's a safer idea to give him the ability to go up in soul rank versus Skell, even though Skell has more HP. So let's go ahead and activate Onamor first. He's going to go ahead and use his action to... what do we do here? Well, there's a debate here, because I also need to get through this fire stuff. So if I end up moving through the fire, can I only be... I guess the big question is, can I only take... Oh, you can take more than one. That's not good. Okay, so yeah, I gotta pick somebody who can get to the door and open it, but then there's gonna be an enemy behind it, and that person's gonna be on fire. That's not good. Shoot. So I need to pick somebody who can take some damage, and he's already got 2 hits against him. I do have the healing elixir, which I could get him to... Yeah, you know what? That could work out pretty good. We could do some trading. So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to actually send Skell through the misery. So I'm going to go... He's no longer slowed, so he's going to go 1, 2. He burns for 2, which is not good. And then he's going to go again. And he's going to burn for another 2, which is not... So now he's got like lots of fire on him. He's just running through like a maniac. That's all of his movement. Now I'm going to go ahead and use an action to crack this door. I want to find out what's behind it. So we're going to go ahead and use his one action, sorry. So we used his movement activity, essentially, not an action, to go 1, 2, 3. He took his fire tokens. Now he's going to crack open this door, and when he does so, we got to pull a card for a trap. His life is not going so well right now. Lightning. Unless save, each hero within 2 areas suffers 1 HP and becomes KO'd. So the only good thing is that the door was here, so 2 areas would be to here, not to here. Thank goodness. So it's just going to affect Skell, but he can save. So here's hoping. So he's rolling to get a shield. Come on. And he got it. So he blocked. He blocked it. There's no lightning effect whatsoever. No damage taken. Thank goodness. So that's good news. I'm going to toss that thing aside really quick. All right. So the door is open. When the door is open, this shadow token becomes revealed, and we're pulling an enemy, which we don't... Oh, actually, we know exactly who this enemy is going to be. It's going to be the raider that we talked about in the story. So the raider is now in play, and it's going to be tagged with Skeld. So the raider will come out. He is right here at the doorstep. The token's removed. We now have an enemy in play. Yikes. Okay. What does this guy do? So he's going to come after the person with the most damage. Well, that's perfect, because Skeld is the guy, so that's good. He's got the ability to pierce, which is bad. I think that says... what does pierce do again? I'll have to double check that. I think that's an ability... Oh, that's based on the weapon you're using against him. He's got 1 armor, so that's the first enemy with an armor, and he's got 4 HP, and he can drop some gold. So that's not terrible. Okay, so basically we've gone with Skeld, although he's got no ability to hurt or get into this room now, because I opened the door. Oh no, sorry, opening normal doors is a free action. So I went 1, 2, 3, free action to open the door. I could dash. I can dash in and then with my action, and then do my combat activity. So I'm going to do a combat activity against this raider. So we're going to go ahead and roll. Oh man, I'm using my guardian weapon. Thank goodness for putting that on him. So I've got 1 red, 2 blue. And he's got an automatic hit already, which is good because he gets an armor. But if there's pierce on the weapon, then pierce -1. I'm trying to remember what that does. I used to know this because this happened in a prior episode, but I'm drawing a blank on it, so I'm going to have to double check this probably at the end of this video. But so essentially we're rolling right now, and it says here, if I get a star until the time phase when defending, I get a +1 on the shield. That's good. If I get 2 bolts, perform an extra attack with this weapon against the same enemy. That's crazy. Okay, so here's hoping I get 2 bolts. That'd be amazing. Come on. I got it. I got the 2 bolts. Okay, so I got a attack. I got 2 hits on top of the 1 hit that I have. He blocks 1. And so now the pierce effect says that I lose 1 hit. So I'm assuming I'm -1 on those hits. That would be my guess. So that's going to be 2 hits coming through to him. But he has armor. So I need to double check this really quick, guys. Sorry. I'm going to do this in the moment. I have to check up Pierce because I don't want to get stuck in a situation where I have to correct this later. So let's see if I can quickly find it really fast, I'll go forward with it. And if I can't, then I will leave it up to you guys to comment and let me know, because I won't be able to do this live right now. I know there was one that said, there was one that had a slash one time we were fighting the gremlins. So it's like, I'm thinking that the pierce doesn't apply unless it says pierce in the name and the title. So I think I'm okay. So I think the armor is going to soak up 1 of the hits. So basically the hit that's right here. Then I have 2 hits here that's going to go against him. So he is going to take 2 damage, which is awesome. And then the only thing I have to double check on is the scroll. So what I'm going to actually do, guys, so that I can get this correctly done, is I actually don't have the scroll for the Raider out with me right now. So I do apologize about that. What I'm going to do is I've rolled the dice. We know what the results are. They will not change. We know what's kind of currently in play. I put 2 damage on him. What I want to do is get the scroll out on the table, do a double check to make sure there's no retaliations or weird abilities that come back at me, and then also double check on the pierce to be sure I do this correctly, and then we'll just continue on the next video. So this one's going to be a little bit shorter by about 5 minutes or so, so I do apologize about that, but I want it to be clean. So I hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far. So as of right now, this is perfect because we're in the very beginning of a new round, and Skell was the very first person to go. So hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far. I'm having a blast, and we're actually making such an insane amount of progress in the last couple parts. We're all the way down to the cathedral door cracking open, getting into this Raider. So I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really hoping I can get to this before time runs out. I think we'll be okay. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you see and you want to see more Sword and Sorcery. If you see anything I missed, please leave comments in the feedback, or leave comments below, and I will do my best to either incorporate them into the pinned comment and also into the gameplay for the next video. I will myself be looking into this situation to ensure that everything that happens here goes through smoothly, and I also will grab the scroll. So again, thanks for watching and supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Like and share, and I will see you guys in the next one. Keep on rolling solo.